Hello everyone, my name is Scott, my trail name is Greenfeet, and this is my 2019 Appalachian Trail thru hike announcement. So on the 31st of January, I will start at Amicalola Falls and walk north. And I hope you'll join along as I walk this journey. So a little bit about me, I'm 60 years old. And on the day that I step off of Springer Mountain, on the 31st, I'll be 61 years old. So that's my birthday. Kind of a birthday present for myself. And we'll see how good a birthday present it really is as I walk up the trail and experience all the ups and downs of the trail. And I'm not necessarily talking about the altitude gain and lost. So please come along and see how I do. Additionally, you know, I've wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail for my whole life, and I recently retired, and now I find myself in a place where I'm able to do that, and I'm certainly being supported by my wife, Kathy. We've been married for 42 years, and she is going to be my trail support, and she's been nothing but fantastic through a long career in the military and then a second career in the government, and so she's going to be helping me out. In future videos, here coming up very soon, I'm going to post also a list of my gear. I'm going to go over my gear that I got in my pack that I'm going to use when I start the trail. Of course, I'm starting in the winter, so I'm carrying a few things that I probably won't be carrying in the summer, but I'll thin that down as I walk and as my wife meets me along the trail. So I will certainly be talking about that. The other thing that we'll do during my hike is we'll talk about lessons learned, you know, along the trail, of things that I'm learning as I walk from myself, of course, and other people that I meet, and I'll also do gear reviews of kit and equipment that I'm using, how well it's working for me, or how well it isn't working for me. And we'll kind of just talk about those things as we walk down the trail. Also, talk a little bit more about, you know, kind of what brought me to the trail. So one of the big questions everybody seems to be asked along the trail is, why do you want to hike the Appalachian Trail? Well, for me, it's been a lifelong dream. I lived near the trail growing up, and my dad and I used to make section hikes on the Appalachian Trail. Well, on July 4th, 1969, I was 11 years old, and we met a man on the trail by the name of Elmer Onstadt. And Elmer had started off in Georgia, and he had made it to Maryland in July. And at any rate, he seemed like a giant of a man to me. I just remember him telling stories about his hike through Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, and the rain and the bears, and you know, he told us about his hiking staff, which was a tomato stake out of his garden, and he was headed to Maine. And I remember thinking, what an adventure. Even as a child, I remember thinking about that. And certainly my dad and I talked about that for many, many years. Well, I find myself at the place where I'm retired and I can do it. And so thanks to Elmer Onstadt and, of course, my dad, as he took me on many a section hike, I'm now in a place where I can go hike the trail. So that's what I'm going to do. It's been a long time coming. Well, we're going to close up the introduction video. I want to get on with my training hike. But what I'd like to leave you with is that very soon I'll be posting a gear video. We'll talk about gear selection. We'll talk about the materials. We'll talk about weight and comfort and style and all of those things, advice I've gotten. Some good, some bad, but we'll talk about when you finally get down to it, what you have in your pack, and I'll show you what I got in my pack. We'll also have another video posted and coming up that where I talk about preparation, physical preparation primarily for the trail. You know, 60 years old, it's a daunting task, and there's a lot to consider. And so that'll be another video that we'll put up. Well, listen, I hope you're having a great day. I know my training hike going well. I'm having a great day, and look forward to hopefully seeing some of you out there on the trail. And I look forward to sharing my adventure with you. This is Green Feet, out.